Hi, Sergio.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Are you enjoying the festival so far?
Oh yes, very much. I hope today and the other days I have the chance to see many films. That's why I'm coming.
Well, my first question is about theaters, since the panel was about theaters and distribution. Do you think that the way forward is to build own theaters for independent films, like build our own theaters?
Well, it's important. It's important to have the unknown circuit for independent films, because the access to the other theaters are not always assured. So it's very important. It's very important to create hold space to have the access to that kind of films. It's very important.
And you were talking about theaters being more of a culture rather than just like going like a multiplex, which doesn't have the same thing?
Well, you have in some countries multiplex specialize in independent movies. So it's not a problem of necessary. It's not necessarily a problem of multiplex. It's what is shown inside, and which are the public who are seeing those films. I think people now with the internet in their houses or the home theaters and new technologies are deserting the cinemas, and we have to keep them again into the theaters. And as the panel said just before, we have to try to imagine a new strategy to attract those people who doesn't want to go to movies anymore. So they have to be attractive to people, but they have to assure new and independent contents. That's the really challenge. Yes.
And what about the web? Do people in Colombia watch lots of YouTube and other channels?
More and more, yes. The specific weight of the web is very huge. Is an important window to independent movie makers to have access to an audience. But once again, the virtual world is very important, but the real contact with real people in a real place is also important. So we have to try to create a synergy between those independent spaces in order to increase the audiences for benefit of them and for the benefit of independent scene around the world.
And what films are you planning on checking out this time in the festival? Do you have any idea?
Well, I'm very interested in Arab films because we in Latin America are very fans of Middle Eastern Arab culture, but don't have every time the opportunity to have access to the films. So I'm very interested mostly in Arab scene, especially independent Arab scene in the moment, documentary mostly.
I hope you enjoy the festival.
I hope I hope I will.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, filmmaking in Lebanon is very popular, like everywhere else in the world. It's getting so people, they just take their cameras and they make movies. They don't wait anymore for production and for support, especially that we don't get any real support from the government. So we have a large production of mainly short films and documentaries. Very few feature films, unfortunately, because of the lack of means. In terms of production in general, if we include everything, we have a lot of women also among the filmmakers, fortunately, making excellent films. Some of them are being screened here in the festival this year. Also women in general in the Arab world are entrepreneurs, so that's also good news.
What do you think about YouTube as a way to distribute films, like screen films?
I think YouTube is an excellent promotion tool, but to distribute films, not exactly, because people don't pay to watch the films. So the producer or whoever the right holder of the film does not gain anything except promotion. But sometimes we do put trailers and we do put part of the films. Like as I said, when a film is censored, we put the part that is cut. We put it on YouTube for different reasons. First, to promote the film, but also to show people how stupid censorship is. So I think as a promotion tool, even to promote political ideas like fighting against censorship, YouTube is really one of the most efficient tool forms. Yes.
So are you planning on catching any films in this festival right now? Are you planning on going to any films right now, today?
Oh, I'm planning to watch as many films as I can during my stay, of course. Yes.
Okay, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
It's called Project Bioscope, wherein we are trying to actually make a micro-entrepreneur in many of the 600,000 villages, and to really encourage him to take a loan from the bank, wherein he would invest into digital projection system, and in the community screenings he would really bring in the kind of a crowd and probably have a recoupment towards this. It's called Project Bioscope. Yeah.
Do you think any of those films will be ready for next time's festival, the IFF?
Yes, we already showed the films which are already made. This kind of a world cinema and some of the independent films from India, and so yeah, we are continuously showing them on a weekend basis. Yeah.
You talked about innovative ways of distributing film, like screening them using like a cloth and everything. So what do you think about something like YouTube, which isn't very, like villagers won't be able to access it? So do you think web is a platform for distribution?
Yeah, web is definitely going to be a platform. For the generation that I belong to, probably I would say restrict myself to its application for very good advertising and promotion tool. But I'm very certain that the next generation of the people are really going to accept this as the fourth screen, in a manner of speaking. So I think it's about how when fax machines went out of fashion and email came in, and when radio was there, and when television came in, I think YouTube is just on the cusp of really becoming one of the principal exhibitions center of the world. Yeah.
Are you planning on catching any films this festival?
Yes, indeed. That's the reason that we are here. Though we have seen many of the films in different film festivals, I'm going to meet many people as possible and really catch up some of the films which I have not probably seen.
Thank you for talking
Thank
to
you.
us.